Championship. From Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri, it's the Villanova Wildcats versus the Iowa Hawkeyes. This game is brought to you by Louisville Slugger Bats and Gloves. Louisville Slugger, the hardest-hitting name in sports. And by Datsun, who proudly presents the all-new Nissan Sentra. Once you test drive the new Nissan Sentra, you'll know why you need this car. And by Xerox, advancing office productivity worldwide.
Everyone, and welcome to Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri, and NCAA Midwest Regional action in Game 1 tonight. Iowa and Villanova set to square off before what you can see is a sellout crowd of 16,794 with thousands more outside trying to get in, only to be disappointed. Hello, everybody. I'm Fred White. Nice to have you with us. Our analyst tonight, Gary Thompson. And Gary, in Iowa and Villanova, a very intriguing matchup here in Game 1 tonight.
Well, Fred, we certainly do. We have two big people on both squads, 6'10", 6'11" for Iowa, 6'8", and 6'9" for Villanova. And the battle of the boards is going to be important, and probably one of the key things is who can stay out of foul trouble and maybe how the fish hitting goes, how the game is called.
You know, while these two clubs seem to be a reflection of one another physically, they're a little bit different philosophically about the game of basketball.
Well, they are certainly that, because I think Iowa's going to want to play a half-court basketball game tonight, make Villanova set up. Villanova, on the other hand, likes to get up and down the court and get in transition game. Most of the time with their defense, though, they'll press on half court rather than full court.
It has been an interesting year for both these ball clubs, and they're on the threshold now of a trip to Albuquerque. They're set to get after one another here tonight. Needless to say, at this stage of the season, each team has outstanding individuals, and let's talk about some of them here tonight.
Well, first of all, let's talk about for Iowa, Greg Stokes, 6'10", 220-pound sophomore, came out of nowhere this year, split partial playing time last year, developed into the second team All Big Ten team. Leading scorer, 17.5 points a game. He's their second leading rebounder. He's been in double figures 28 out of the 30 games, so he can do it. He's a different kind of center. He's quick inside. He can get up, and he's a good shot blocker.
And he gets a lot of help up front from a fellow named Michael Payne. What about the other side of the coin, the Villanova Wildcats? Who are we going to take a look at there?
Well, their third-team All-American, John Pannone, 6'8" and 230, a senior. He's been an All-Big East performer 3 times, the first time that has happened. He's also going to lead Villanova in scoring for 4 times in a row. That's the first time that'll happen at Villanova. So you know the kind of caliber player that he is. And when Pannone has led the scoring, Villanova has won 9 out of 10 times.
And he's an academic All-American, so he carries some smarts along with a rugged physical ball game, too. Coaches in this basketball game, needless to say, they're both outstanding. They've just done tremendous jobs at their respective schools. It'll be interesting to watch them matching wits here tonight. The man on the Iowa coach, Lute Olsen. He's been there for a while, and what a job he has done as the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes. There's his career record, 191-92. Their 5th consecutive trip to the NCAA tournaments. No other Big Ten team has ever accomplished that. But there's a grand wizard on the other bench, too, for Villanova, Raleigh Massimino, and what a job he's done at the Wildcat helm. His ball club in the NCAAs last year, back this year, came through a rugged league. His career record, as you can see, 217 victories. That's a lot of them. Gary, another little bit of side play to this game. Conference pride on the line here tonight. 2 conferences. The Big Ten, Iowa represents them. The Big East, that's Villanova. Each of those conferences started NCAA play with 5 teams in. Each of them down to 2 now, and one of them has to lose one here tonight.
Well, that's for sure, Fred, and I know that's important. Everybody brags about their conference, which is the best. And the Big Ten, of course, has 8 out of 10 teams in postseason play. One
more thing about this game. Kemper Arena has been taken over by the state of Iowa here tonight. Iowa clearly has the home court.
No doubt about that. 250, 300 miles away. They're packed in here with Hawkeye fans, and they're rabid, I'll tell you.
Thousands more roaming the streets of Kansas City wanting in. They're not going to make it here tonight. We're set to play basketball. Iowa against Villanova. We'll meet the starting lineups right after this. Time now to meet the starting lineups for this game between Villanova and Iowa. Let's join public address announcer Mark Fitzpatrick.
For tonight's Midwest Regional semifinal game between the University of Iowa Hawkeyes and the Villanova University Wildcats. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, the forwards. For Iowa, number 42, a 6'11 sophomore, Michael Payne. For Villanova, number 54, 6'9 sophomore, Ed Pinckney. For Iowa, number 44, 6'7 senior, Mark Gannon. For Villanova, number 21, 6'7 freshman, Harold Presley. For Iowa, at center, number 41, 6'10 sophomore, Greg Stokes. For Villanova, at center, number 45, 6'8 senior, John Pinot. At the guards for Iowa, number 24, 6'6 senior, Bob Hansen. For Villanova, number 33, 6'6 sophomore, Dwayne McLean. For Iowa, number 15, 6'2 junior, Steve Carfino. And for Villanova, number 10, 6'3 senior, Stuart Granger. The head coaches, Iowa's Lute Olsen, for Villanova, Raleigh Massimino.
There you have the starting lineups, and we'll be back to the tip-off in a nice game between Villanova and Iowa right after this message. There are the officials for tonight's game. Jimmy Clark from the Big Sky, John DeBrow from the Big 8, and Tom Harrington from the WCAC, excuse me. And needless to say, when you get to this stage of the season, well, the officials are good just like the teams are. They wouldn't still be here, too. Raleigh Massimino on the Villanova bench. Gary, we talked about some of the principles. Each team also has great role players and strong players off the bench.
Well, they certainly do. For Iowa, Andre Banks has been the first reserve coming off. Has been doing a good job lately and playing a lot at the point guard position. And, of course, for Villanova, it's Mulquin. Mike Mulquin, a senior.
Greg Stokes steps in against Ed Pinckney of Villanova. Iowa in their black trimmed in gold and white. Villanova in white trimmed in blue. And the Wildcats of Villanova have the basketball. Stuart Granger sets the Villanova offense. And Iowa immediately in a zone.
This is the zone that was so successful against Missouri when they won that ball game by 14.
Oh, and John Pinone immediately went right to the heart of the zone and got 2 points and was fouled. John Pinone gets Villanova a quick 2, and he was fouled by Michael Payne.
The inside game is what Villanova is known for, and that man right there, John Pinone, is extremely tough inside. He knows how to use his 230 pounds, gets great position, and gives him a good target to get the ball inside.
John Pinone buries it. He has 3 points. Villanova up 3-0 off their first possession of the basketball, and they're going to show a little bit of full court pressure here.
That's something different. They haven't been showing as much.
Stokes off the baseline. Doesn't fall. Pickney clears the rebound for Villanova, and Granger brings it up. Granger holding up a hand as if to say, steady now. Presley along the left wing. Iowa crowd thought Granger might have walked. Nothing called.
Iowa, an excellent defensive basketball team, led the Big Ten in defense this year.
2 physical ball clubs out of 2 physical leagues.
I've got to feel that's one of the reasons why the Hawkeyes are here. That first game, they only shot 37%, yet we're able to beat Utah State. We don't win many NCAA games shooting 37%.
Both these teams will butter your nose. Iowa playing the strong defense. Of course, we're in NCAA play. No shot clock, no three-point rule. This is raw basketball now. Dwayne McClain to Granger. Great patience. Granger now flips it in. Stewart Granger nails 2, and Villanova grabs a 5-0 lead over Iowa with 18:42 left in our first half.
And that could be a real key in the ball game. In the last 6 games, 3 of the games, Granger's hit 21 for 35, 60%. 3 of the other games, he's 8 for 28 for 28%. So if he's got a good start and has got the good hand, that could be a key in that against that matchup zone.
Bob Hansen will play it inbounds for the Iowa Hawkeyes, looking to get on the scoreboard. Having a little problem getting things sorted out on the inbounds play. Now Hansen brings it into Carfino. Hansen has been quite a key for Iowa. The tougher it gets, the better he gets down the stretch of the season. Pass deflected, but saved by Mark Hannon. Villanova in his zone. Inside they go to Payne, and he's fouled. John Pannone was there. So was Dwayne McClain. And it was Dwayne McClain, I believe, that got him. It was.
Both clubs like to go inside. We'll see Iowa right here. He'll come to the high post position to Payne a lot. He'll either go down in. This time he tries to split between. McClain reaching in. Looked like he caught a lot of ball on that particular play.
You're looking at John Pannone there. Michael Payne on the free throw line, a 74% shooter. 6'11" sophomore out of Quincy, Illinois. The Hawkeyes are on the board. It's 5-1 Villanova. Team fouls even at 1 apiece.
And look at Iowa. Look at this guy, Payne and Gannon, that are keys. And as far as offensively, not that they have to have a lot of points, but they shoot a good percentage of their shots, whether they take 5 shots a game or 12 shots.
Pannone can't handle the ball outside. Gannon then throws it away. Picked up by Granger. The lob to Pickney underneath. He let the traffic go by, and then Mark Gannon fouled him. Pickney hit the deck. He's all right.
A lot of action right here. Looked like Villanova's going to get a cinch too. Ball thrown away. Comes down to Pickney. He'll pump him up. Gets the 2 big guys up. Then comes up. You can't see it, but Gannon really clobbered him right across the arms.
First foul on Mark Gannon. Second team foul on Iowa. At Pickney shooting 2, 76% shooter. He has it. He's a 6'9" sophomore from the Bronx, New York. Boy, he and Michael Payne, just watching him move up and down the floor, really reminds you of one another.
They really match up well. Pickney probably a quicker and a bigger jumper, better shot blocker. And Payne probably a better passer and ball handler.
7-1. Villanova with a 6-point lead over Iowa, and Iowa fighting that full court pressure. Payne tried to take it behind his back and loses it off the dribble. Granger pushes it up. Now it's intercepted by Mark Gannon for Iowa.
Great hustle. Excuse me, Fred. Great hustle by Gannon that time.
Hansen behind the back, into the circles, got the jumper, it's up, off the heel of the rim. Hansen right back with it for 2.
That is very typical of Bob Hansen. He's averages 5-point-something rebounds from that guard position, always follows the shot.
Just made it happen right there. It's 7-3 Villanova. 17:35 left in the first half. Pannone to Presley. Pickney in the circle. Nice fade to the baseline. McClain almost missed the catch, and he got it back and stuck it in. He has 2 points, and it's 9-3 Villanova.
McClain, a great leaper inside, and he goes right up over the top of people.
Hansen, trap, kicks it off to Carfino. Baseline to Stokes. Hansen looking for the jumper. He's got it, and he nailed it. Bob Hansen has 4 points. He has averaged 25 points over his last 4 ball games, and he's getting it done early here for Iowa tonight.
Last 2 ball games he had points, Fred, but he did not shoot very well in that time in these last 2 ball games percentage-wise.
Dwayne McClain to Pannone, throws up the hook, too strong. Carfino takes the rebound down for Iowa. Here come the Hawks, down by 4. Hansen, Payne along the baseline, comes out of the lane. The shot blocked by Presley. Tries to throw it up court. Dwayne McClain all alone. Blocked.
That's what Villanova loves to do, is get out, they'll look down court, and they're going to run, and Villanova's really putting defensive heat on Iowa right now.
Carfino was with him. They got tangled up. Carfino stumbled, and McClain had the dunk shot, and now Iowa throws it away again.
I think Iowa's going to have to get a timeout. Here's this play while we got behind. Dwayne McLean going up. The left-hander, bam down. A big exciting play, even though Iowa Hawkeye fans dominate the arena.
Timeout taken here with 16:26 left in our first half. The Villanova Wildcats off to a tough start here. They're up. It's Villanova 11, Iowa 5. We're back right after this. Back in Camp Arena. There's your score. Villanova with a 6-point lead over Iowa. Gary, you have to feel watching the early minutes of this ball game that Villanova has been confusing Iowa a little bit.
Well, that's right. The defensive pressure has been great. We were told Villanova did not pressure a lot full court, but they've been there tough. They've trapped in the corners. They had the 1-3-1 trap. Iowa has got to solve that problem.
And Villanova will switch defenses. Carpino with a steal. Moves in on Presley. He's going to take it. In and out. Rebound to Presley of Villanova. Harold Presley got back on defense and made the play.
Carfino made a great cutback there on Presley, who's a great leaper too, but just did not get the shot down.
Iowa 2 for 6 from the floor in this game. Villanova 4 for 5, and a foul is called. That's against Iowa and against Greg Stokes. His first, the third team foul on the Hawkeyes. Villanova's only been whistled for 1.
Lute Olsen worried about fouls and which team might get in foul trouble first to be the advantage to the other team. Stokes does not want to make those kind of fouls out on the court. You worry about it inside against the muscle play. He certainly doesn't want to get the fouls out on the court.
Technique to Presley. To Stuart Granger. Iowa sitting back in the zone. Villanova leading 11-5. 15:49 left in the first half. Dwayne McLean, baseline Pickney, turnaround jumper too strong. And Iowa there for the rebound, but it's stolen by Harold Presley. Fakes, can't get the shot, and saves it out to Dwayne McLean.
This game inside, people are really going to have to come down to that basketball, grab a hold of it, get it inside, and get tough with the basketball.
Dwayne McLean simply took it away from the Iowa front line. Stuart Granger looks in at Payne. Can't get it inside the zone.
Quickness factor is definitely with Villanova. I'd say they're quicker in 4 of the 5 positions. Stokes getting the advantage inside against Payne.
Presley slips it down in the corner to Payne. Boy, Villanova very patient attacking the Iowa zone. They have a good idea what they want to do, and they're going to find it if it takes a minute or two. Granger resets the offense. Dwayne McLean, jumper from the circle, in and out. Rebound battle won by Mark Gannon for Iowa. Carfino pushes it up the side. Payne. Bob Hansen.
We talked about the big guys and rebounding a key, yet this ball club, both ball clubs, Villanova out-rebounds their opponents only by 1, and Iowa's even.
There's the lob, and the shot won't fall. Stokes caught the lob and couldn't get it down, and look at Lute Olson's reaction. Stuart Granger.
Well, Iowa's had 3 easy baskets now that they've not got down. Carfino on the break, that one, and Payne had about a 6-foot jumper on the first pressure defense full court.
You get the feeling they better drop one soon. Sometimes that can compound itself. It becomes a bit of a mental thing. Presley fakes, doesn't shoot. Granger, top of the circle, will, and stuffs it. Stuart Granger has hit 2 shots from long range. He has 4 points, and Villanova's up 13-5, an 8-point lead to the Wildcats.
We talked about the importance of Granger getting off to a good start, and he has got that. He's drained 2 for 2.
Almost another turnover, and now it is. They say that Stokes is on the out-of-bounds stripe, and the Villanova defense again forcing an Iowa mistake, and Mark Gannon has lost a contact. He just found it. But they're going to have to hold play up here for a moment so he can get it back in.
Number 14, Andre Banks replacing Mark Gannon.
Mark Gannon coming out now. Andre Banks is in the ballgame.
You said Andre Banks has been playing a lot of point guard for Carfino lately, but I think this move is strictly speed, trying to match up some quickness in there. Andre Banks, a quick kid, good defensive player.
6'4" freshman from Chicago's Mendel High School. Gary McLean in the lineup now for Villanova. So some more quickness in the ball game for the Wildcats also. Now they move Granger to the off guard with Gary McLean in to run the point guard position.
Excellent point guard. Started 6 of the last 8 games. Come off an ankle injury. He's had a couple of weeks to rest. The first game they played, though, he only played 1 minute against Lamar.
Stuart Granger, Gary McLean. Gary McLean trying to direct the offense. Get everybody positioned. Now he puts it in motion. Granger. And we've got a whistle down in the lane. The foul goes against John Pannone of Villanova. First on Pannone, the second on Villanova. Iowa's been whistled for 3.
Well, Pannone trying to muscle inside, and we said he always gets good position. He uses his body in bulk. That time he gets called for the foul.
13 minutes, 29 seconds left in first half action. You look at Lute Olsen on the Iowa bench. His ball club has not been able to get untrapped against Villanova, although they're only down by 8. But you get the feeling they better get started.
One of his assistant coaches there on the left, Jim Rosborough.
Banks, Carfino. Pressure everywhere from this Villanova defense. Banks off the baseline. In and out. Stokes right there to stick it back. Craig Stokes with a stick back. His first 2 points and the first Iowa player other than Bob Hansen to get a field goal. Michael Payne has a free throw, and that is all the Iowa scoring. 13 minutes left in the first half here. Gary McLean, Stuart Granger, Harold Presley from the deep corner took a bad shot, got an air ball, but Villanova's there. Pickney throws it back up. It won't fall. And a battle for the rebound won by Bob Hansen, who was being held by Ed Pickney. The first foul on Pickney, and the team foul's even at 3 now.
Wally Massimino, Villanova coach, not happy going to be with Presley. He's not that kind of shooter from that range. You see some good rebounding action. Villanova's been winning the war on this end so far. Pickney up, fakes it up, goes up. Hammers around, comes off. Look at the white jersey. Finally comes off, and then Pickney reaches in and gets a hacking foul.
Substitution now for Villanova. Mike Mulquin coming off the bench. Mulquin, a 6'7" senior from Rockwell, Maryland.
Fred, here's a halftime score. Ohio State leads North Carolina 30-29.
That in the East Regional at Syracuse. St. John's will go against Georgia in the other game. Here's our score. Villanova 13-7 over Iowa. We have 12:41 left in the first half, and almost another turnover, and it is. Hansen loses a handle. Mulquin picks it up for Villanova. Oh, what a job this Wildcat defense is doing here.
Well, Pickney has got these leads, second on the team in steals, and he's got those long arms, and he's deflected or stole a couple passes already.
Pickney with 42 steals on the year and 63 blocks. Gary McLean, Stuart Granger. In the middle, Pannone, quick jumpers up. Won't fall for him in the rebound. Picked off by Iowa. Andre Banks had it, and a foul called against Stuart Granger of Villanova. First on Granger, 4th on Villanova.
The Granger was not going to get the foul right there. They were just going to wave it off, a no call, and I think he reached out. We'll see the ball go up again. Banks in there at 6'4". You see no call made right now. Now he reaches out and trips with his foot. I thought he reached with his hand, but he showed an excellent shot there, tripping.
12 minutes, 12 seconds left in first half action. Villanova leading Iowa 13-7. Hawkeye basketball. Still trying to find a way to attack a tough Villanova defense. Mulquin picks up Hansen, back to Carfino. McLean's going to jump him out front. Payne in the middle. Shot was there. Now he takes it on the move. Won't fall for him. And John Pannone has the rebound, and he's fouled by Michael Payne. Second foul on Payne, the 4th on Iowa.
I think that's one of those frustrating fouls for Michael. He's better off right now. They are really sagging when he puts the ball on the floor. Just raise up and take the jumper. He can hit the shot from the free throw line.
Well, that shot was there for him, and he passed it, then took the shot on the move and didn't get it down. And he may have been a little bit surprised to find himself that open in a circle. Iowa's had a tough time getting people open in the first half of this game.
Payne comes off one of his best ball games of the year, highest scoring game, which was 19 against Missouri.
Gary McLean down inside to Pickney. It's knocked loose in there. Iowa's starting to step up the pressure on defense a bit. Carfino, they've got Andre Banks baseline, passes the shot back out to Carfino. 11:33 left in our first half. Iowa down by 6. Villanova's led by as many as 8. The Hawkeyes have not led in this game. Stokes can't get it off the baseline. It's going to be out of bounds. And, Bob Hansen let it go, and the ball belongs to Villanova. Hansen doesn't believe it. He's going to question the official. He thought it was going to be Iowa ball.
I don't know that if we'll see if Bob Hansen could have saved this ball, but anytime if you can save the basketball, save it. Do not take a chance on what you think you see. Ball comes off there. Bob Hansen said, let it go, but if he could have saved it, save the basketball. Don't gamble on the possession.
Dwayne McClain back in the Villanova lineup replaces this man, Ed Picknick. Here come the Wildcats of Villanova up by 6 with 11:17 left in the first half. Kemper Arena, Kansas City, NCAA Midwest Regional action. Later tonight, Houston will meet Memphis State right here. This arena sold out. What an exciting time of the year. NCAA tournament time.
The thing I've been impressed with really so far at Villanova, as you mentioned earlier, is their patience on offense. They're really up-tempo on defense and on the break situation to get it, but come down here, they're really taking their time and looking for the good shots.
Now Carfino really dogging Stuart Granger at the top of the zone. Pannone in the middle. Everybody trying to bother him. Pannone fires it up. Won't fall. Stokes has the rebound, and here comes Iowa down by 6 again. And look at Carfino fire up. Now the crowd starting to get into it. This arena belongs to Iowa. It is black and gold all around. And Carfino, with a fiery gesture, just seemed to get the crowd ignited.
You could have made a ton of money if you had extra tickets outside, as black and gold fans were all over trying to get in.
They're roaming Kansas City. There's a lob to the baseline. That might be the kind of a play that could ignite a ball club. Stokes caught the lob from Carfino and has his 4th point.
And, you know, Villanova's come off the pressure right now. They're kind of laid back in the defense. They're having great success with the pressure and the traps. My opinion is that they should stay with it.
John Pannone in a little shooting slump right now. Hit his first shot. He's missed his next 3 for Villanova. Stuart Granger. Hansen out bothering him. Mike Mulquin. Granger. Carfino with him. Dwayne McClain. Now it's Iowa playing solid defense. And listen to the crowd and Kemper get behind the Hawkeyes. Presley from the circle. Short. Rebound. Stokes. Here comes Iowa. Down by 4. 9:34 left in the first half.
That's the best thing the Hawkeyes can have going for him, is Presley taking that outside shot. He's only 41.7% from the field.
Hansen deep in the corner. Carfino on the wing. Hansen, like he might want the shot.
Boy, quick hands, those Villanova kids. They're always reaching and grabbing.
Andre Banks.
Won't see Banks take the shot from that area either. He likes to get it on the baseline or down in tight.
Hansen with a quick jumper, won't fall. Pannone clears a rebound. Villanova, Granger up to Mike Mulquin, and he's going to hold it on the wing. Granger quickly in the circle. Now needs some help. Mulquin baseline. Granger again. He's going to take the long jumper, in and out. Rebound battle, and a foul is called on Mike Mulquin of Villanova. First on Mulquin. Team foul number 5 on Villanova. Iowa's been called for 4.
Villanova really storming the boards that time. There was 3 white shirts around 1 black jersey.
We have a timeout taken here at Kemper Arena in Kansas City. NCAA Midwest Regional action with 8:52 left in our first half. Villanova holding on the lead. Low-scoring ball game. It's Villanova 13, Iowa 9. And we'll be back in just a minute. Telecast is presented by authority of the NCAA, and use of this program without written consent is prohibited. The announcers for this program have been approved and contracted by NCAA Productions. Brett White, Gary Thompson, Kemper Arena, Kansas City with 8:52 left in our first half. Villanova with a 4-point lead. Iowa with the basketball.
Iowa missed some easy shots in the early part of the ball game that really let Villanova get out on a flying start. I think right now, Villanova dropped off that real pressure defense. I think you'll see them back in it because that's where they've had the most success. It really takes advantage of their quickness.
Neither club shooting well. Villanova 5 for 14, Iowa 4 for 13. Rebounds about even. Here's Stuart Granger off the steal. Takes the jump shot, high lob, and it fell. Boy, Stuart Granger gets some arc on that shot. He has a half dozen points, and Villanova up by a half dozen. There's your score.
Rainbow shooter, and it's been turnovers, and again, the quickness, the steals of Villanova that's really causing Iowa Hawkeyes problems.
Bob Hansen on the high post to Payne, knocked loose, saved by Hansen. There's Payne with a turnaround jumper, and Pickney clears the rebound for Villanova. Finds Granger on the wing, and it's through his hands and out of bounds, and Iowa's going to get the basketball back. Turnovers now. That is 5 turnovers for each team. Lute Olson's up, looking it over.
What a job he's done at Iowa. He's already won more games than any other Iowa coach, and he's just beginning to start.
Wally Massimino, his counterpart, head coach Villanova. Lute Olson in his 9th year has won 167, lost 90. Andre Banks buries it from the corner. He's first 2 points of the night, 15-11 Villanova.
That's a real plus for Iowa. If they're going to get that open spot against that pressure, Banks can hit that shot. That'll open up things inside.
Wayne McLean, Presley, Banks, Granger, excuse me. Granger trying to move on Hansen. Back outside to Presley.
Notice they try in that matchup, particularly, they really get tough on Granger usually, get aggressive on him. Good, probably best outside shooter.
Now Carfino knocks it loose. It was intended for Pannone. Hansen pushes up, 3-on-2. Hansen's going to take it off the heel of the rim. Pickney and Stokes battling for the rebound. Pickney trying to save it and does at the baseline. He walked the tightrope. 5 rebounds for Ed Pickney in this ball game. He's getting the job done on the boards.
Hansen had Carfino open the wing. I think right there, rather than challenge and have the big guy on you, give it to Carfino. He should have had a wide open shot.
Presley tried to force a pass inside. Iowa takes it back. Both ball clubs a little careless with the pass now.
I was going to say Iowa coming back and doing to Villanova what Villanova's been doing to Iowa.
Hawkeyes could get within 2 here after being down by 8. 6:43 left in the first half. Carfino at the top of the Villanova zone. Banks deep on the wing. There's the lob to Stokes at the baseline, and he got it. Greg Stokes has 6 points, and it's 15-13 Villanova. Now Iowa cheerleaders begin to celebrate.
Good job by Carfino the last few times on that alley-oop pass, disguising it because big jumpers inside. That's not that easy a play. You see the turnovers, Villanova 7, Iowa 5.
6:15 left in first half action here at Kemper Arena. Stuart Granger, Carfino with him. Dwayne McLean open on the baseline, nailed it. Dwayne McLean has 6.
He's a great medium-range shooter into that 15 to 16-foot range. He's got a real different shot, odd-looking shot, but he gets it down.
I was going to say, Velocity, that shot doesn't look like much going up, but he's going back down again. Oh, Stokes with a tough shot from the baseline. Stokes has 8, and the Iowa fans happy. The Hawkeyes back within 2.
And Stokes likes that baseline shot, turnaround jumper, or sometimes he'll swing it in with that left-hand hook.
Iowa maybe beginning to solve the Villanova defense a bit. 5:35 left in our first half. Presley to Granger for Villanova. Pickney has it knocked loose, saves it. Watch the shot. Fade away, throw, no good. And here comes Bob Hansen with the rebound, and Iowa could tie this game on this possession. Carfino's going to drive. And what Stokes to ram it back. What a shot by Stokes. He has 10 points. He has brought the Hawkeyes back.
That's what will happen, though, when you release. Carfino saw the opening. He really went for it, put it up high. Pickney had to leave and protect. Left Stokes alone. He come in and follow with a big jam.
Pannone down the lane. Nice soft left-handed layup. John Pannone now has 5 points. Stokes now with 10 points in this game has been in double figures in 29 of the 30 games Iowa has played this year. For 31.
Well, when you need something, you go to your veteran, don't you? And they went right to Pannone.
Pannone now with 5 points. Villanova back up by 2. Hansen, Carfino, Andre Banks. Did Pickney get out and close that in a hurry?
Well, good defense right there. He went up, and Banks tried to go to the baseline. Pickney showed his quickness, recovered, and cut it off.
I think Banks was thinking shot, and Pickney just got out there too quickly for it. Hansen to baseline. Carfino. Iowa showing good patience. Both ball clubs are. Andre Banks. Carfino. Banks again had a notion, won't shoot it. Granger comes out and covers. Corner Stokes.
Don't want it there.
Oh, he's trapped in the corner and threw it away. Dwayne McLean picks it off. Be careful. McLean almost turned it over. Now he gets back to Stuart Granger.
You get it down in that corner, that's trouble.
Granger. Cross court, Dwayne McLean. Baseline jumpers up. Too strong with a try, and Stokes, what a job he's doing for Iowa. Oh, and Hansen tried to take the ball behind his back and threw it away as Harold Presley was there.
Good job by Presley. Let's talk about that when we come back, that play.
We have a timeout taken here at Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri, with 3:43 left in our first half. Villanova leading Iowa by 2. Score from the East with 8 minutes left in the game at Syracuse. North Carolina leading Ohio State 48-44. Here with 3:43 left in our first half. Villanova up by 2 over Iowa. And Gary Thompson, kind of an odd play just before the timeout.
I think it's a crucial play and one to look at what you need to do. Anytime you catch the ball over your shoulder like Hansen did, with the defense behind you, your first move should be a step out at a 45-degree angle. You'll avoid that charge. In that time, if Hansen stepped out, they would have had a mismatch because Presley dived on the play and set it up. You go right around the guy that had a 2-on-1 situation.
Instead, Bob Hansen tried to take it behind his back, turn it over. Villanova has the ball in the 2-point lead. Raleigh Massimino at the Villanova bench talking to his players. Frank Dobbs now in the Villanova lineup. Ball still belongs to the Wildcats. Harold Presley, John Pannone are on the Villanova bench. Mike Mulquin, Gary McLean, Ed Pickney, the only starter out there. Well, Dwayne McLean's still out there. McLean and Ed Pickney, the only starters on the floor right now for Villanova. Iowa's made only 1 substitution in this half.
Well, they probably only go, probably only go with 6 kids a lot, and that's one area where Villanova has an advantage. They can play more players off the bench.
Andre Banks with the first deflection. Carfino got that one, and Carfino was all alone, but there was a foul called at the other end. That basket's not going to count.
That's a good foul. It saved 2. It was really a great pass by Banks. He saw the man, flipped it off the one hand, off the dribble. Would have had 2, but McLean makes the good foul and saves 2 points for Villanova.
Second foul on Dwayne McLean, the 6th team foul on Villanova. Iowa has committed just 4. Mark Gannon to inbounds the ball for Iowa. The Hawkeyes down by 2 points. 3:07 left in this first half. Now the crowd starting to chant, "Let's go Hawks." Told you before, almost this entire crowd seems to be from the state of Iowa. Carfino open on the baseline, too strong with it. Pannone all tangled up underneath, and the foul is going to be against Greg Stokes of Iowa, and that's his 2nd personal foul. Greg Stokes has 2. Michael Payne has 2 for Iowa.
Key in the ball game right now as you look at Lute Olson, the Iowa coach, is that Stokes, who's had a great first half, scoring and rebounding. You have 2:55 to play. Either way with Payne or Stokes, is not pick up the 3rd foul. Be able to stay away from it.
Well, and he's not going to take him out. He's going to have him play the end of the half. Gary McLean for Villanova. 2:49 left in the first half. Stuart Granger, Mulquin. Pannone, after the deflection, made the catch. Mulquin off the baseline. Mike Mulquin has his first 2 points of the night, and Villanova's up by 4 with 2:34 left in the first half.
Well, Mulquin for Villanova, a very veteran player, has played in 119 to 124 games. He's been there, so he's a nice guy to have coming off the bench. Made 13 starts last year.
And that foul on Mulquin, his 2nd, just put Iowa in the 1-and-1 with 2:31 left in the first half. 21-17 Villanova. Bob Hansen on the free throw line, 76% shooter, has 4 points in the game, a 6'6" senior from Des Moines Dowling High School. Good basketball school, Gary.
They were in the finals of the state high school tournament this year, finished runner-up. Hansen, by way of his 15 of 16 free throws in their first 2 tournament games, he's now drained another one, 16 out of 17.
Nothing but net, second time. Bob Hansen has 6 points. Iowa back within 2 of Villanova with 2:28 left in the first half. Hansen 2 for 2 on the line. Iowa 3 of 4 at the free throw line. Villanova's hit all 3 of their free throw attempts. Gary McLean above the Iowa zone to Mulquin. Deep in the corner, Granger. Pickney in the middle. There's Payne underneath, and he has 2. John Payne with 7 points now. Villanova with a 4-point lead again.
Beautiful pass by Pinkney, and a good job of Payne when he sees Pinkney turn and go up is that he's going to the boards, not standing there just watching the play.
1:59 left in first half action here in Kansas City's Kemper Arena. Carfino tries it, top of the circle, in and out. Carfino having some tough shooting luck here, but it's saved nicely by Hansen. Carfino doesn't have a field goal yet. Hansen does. Bob Hansen buries one. He has 8 points.
That was Mark Gannon, 44, I think, that got it down. Gannon hesitated. Normally when a guy hesitates and come back, when he kind of pumped and looked at it twice, he will not hit the shot.
It was Gannon's first 2 points. That's 23-21 Villanova. Minute 27 left in the first half. Granger, Mulquin, McLean, Pickney, Payne. Underneath, soft hook, in and out. Rebound battle for. Pickney had it, lost it, picked up by Bob Hansen for Iowa. And the Hawkeyes could tie it again. A minute 14 left in the first half.
I'm still quite surprised at why Villanova came off full court pressure and even the real tough half court pressure.
Foul called against Gary McLean of Villanova. 2 guards were all tangled up down inside trying to post. Raleigh Massimino, the Villanova coach. Andre Banks will be on the free throw line here.
You look at Raleigh there, was named the coach of the year in District 1 this season. So fine honor for Raleigh Massimino.
It is 10th year at Villanova. He's 183 and 115, and his first 2 years were not good at all. Andre Banks on the line. Has 2 points in the game. He is not a good free throw shooter for some reason. 52%. Off the heel of the rim, and Payne clears a rebound for Villanova. A minute 2 left in the first half. The Wildcats up by 2. 23-21. The score reflects the pace of the game. Both clubs have been very patient offensively against the other team's zone.
Looked like they were playing a lot of 2-3. Now it looks like they've been in a 1-2-2 matchup.
Gary McLean up top. 42 seconds left in the first half. Villanova with a 2-point lead in the basketball. Gets much deeper here. They'll be content to go for the last shot.
You notice Granger gets a lot of attention usually once he gets the basketball outside.
Carfino keeping an eye on him all the time. Payne gets it in the middle. Doesn't have a shot. Presley with the basketball. Back to Granger. 21 seconds left in the half. Granger down the lane, and we've got a foul call. A hack against Iowa.
I couldn't tell whether he called that on Carfino or Banks. And they called it on Gannon.
On Mark Gannon, it's his second foul. 3 Iowa players now have 2 fouls. All 3 front line people.
I thought the official looked by Gannon was looking at those 2 guards as he made the call.
Stuart Granger on the free throw line. Has hit 3 out of 4 field goal attempts in this game. First time on the line, 78% shooter. Granger, a 6'3" senior from Brooklyn's Nazareth High School.
Villanova is a good shooting ball club from the field, 52%, and also a good foul shooting team, 73.7 from the line.
Granger misses a free throw with 20 seconds left in the half. Villanova still up by 2. Harold Presley steps out, says, nail this one. Granger with a second free throw attempt. And it's good. Stuart Granger now has 7 points for Villanova. 24-21 Wildcats. 18 seconds left in the half. Bob Hansen drives it to the baseline. Jumpers up. Good. Bob Hansen, nice work. With 12 seconds left in the first half here at Kemper Arena now, it's a 1-point lead for Villanova, 24-23, but Bob Hansen getting that jump shot off the baseline was fouled on the play by Gary McLean, and now a chance to tie it. Red White, Gary Thompson, happy to have you here.
I'm thinking at that time that I'd hold up for the shot. Wait, you're 3 down, go in maybe 1, not give Villanova a chance for 5, but Hansen is aggressive. He goes for the basket, he gets the field goal, and maybe a chance now to narrow down and tie the ball game. Good move by Lute Olsen right here. Got Payne, who has 2 fouls, gets Anderson off the bench to protect him for the last 12 seconds.
Bob Hansen turns in a 3-point play. He has 9, and Villanova and Iowa tied at 24. Villanova with the ball, 9 seconds left in the first half. Granger, Gary McLean, 6 seconds left in the half. Gary McLean takes it from way outside. It won't drop, and Anderson and Pinckney battling for the rebound. It's out of bounds, and Iowa, coming from 8 back, has caught Villanova as they take their halftime break at the Midwest Regional at Kemper Arena in Kansas City. We are at halftime in Game 1 tonight from the Midwest Regional. Our halftime score, Villanova 24, Iowa 24, and we'll be back with our halftime show after these messages. We are at halftime at Kemper Arena in Kansas City, and Iowa has come from 8 back to catch Villanova as they take their halftime break. It is 24-24. Iowa led by Greg Stokes with 10 points, Bob Hansen with 9. Michael Payne, Mark Gannon, and Greg Stokes, all 3 frontline players for Iowa, picked up 2 fouls in the first half. Villanova has 7 points from Stuart Granger, 7 from John Pannone, and a half dozen from Wayne McLean. In just a moment, Gary Thompson is going to visit with tournament manager Steve Hatchell. We pause now for a local station break. This is an NCAA Productions telecast. Again, our halftime score here, Villanova 24, Iowa 24. The early part of this ball game belonged to Villanova. Iowa just had an awful time solving the Villanova defense, but the Hawkeyes finally got that done, working the ball inside to Greg Stokes, and they've been able to come back here at halftime. With us here at halftime is Dave Hart, the athletic director at the University of Missouri, who also serves on the NCAA tournament committee and the selection committee. And Dave, every year it seems like I get the opportunity to say this to you, and I'm always grateful for it, but congratulations again to you and the committee on putting together another tremendous NCAA tournament field.
Well, Fred, I'm not speaking for myself, but I would speak for the rest of the committee. It's a fine committee. They work very hard. They're quite dedicated, and I think they put a pretty good field together. And I think that when you see some of these teams, it justifies the committee's selection.
It's amazing how that happens every year. Vic Bubas told me down in Tampa, the tournament down there, that he thought that it was more agonizing this year trying to make the final selections than any time he's ever been involved in this.
Well, there's more parity in basketball than ever before, and I've heard you say it, and all of you announcers and so on. And there's more parity than there's ever been. There's maybe not one team that's head and shoulders above everybody, but there's 25 or 30 teams that could beat anyone on any given night.
Gary Thompson and I talked about it in our pregame tonight, and I know you've been asked the question 1,000 times too. Who do you think is going to win it? You mentioned it's just impossible. Your own ball club, I know you had to be a little bit disappointed when they went out, but you know what amazes me about your committee is how you all set aside personal interest. And I know you get in that room just a few miles from Camp Arena over in Shawnee Mission, Kansas, and do that tough work on the final day when you finally put it all together. And we're up now. Of course, the field has been expanded again, and I don't know if it's ever going to be at a point where it's easy to cut it off for you.
Well, I don't think, and what we as a committee have to do is what's best for college basketball. And you take all personal interest and everything out of it, and what's best for college basketball, what's the best 48 or 52 teams that we can put together, and picking the 24 at-large is the most difficult task. And there's always somebody that you can't pick, and if you go to 68, the 69th team's going to be disappointed, and you're going to pick somebody or not pick someone that's going to win the NIT, and somebody that's disappointed. So, again, the parity is so good, and I think it's great for college basketball, and I think this is the finest spectacle of all the sports.
Well, I'll have to agree with you. The most exciting time, perhaps, in sports is NCAA tournament time. What a job they're doing here in Camp Arena in Kansas City, the Big 8 Conference hosting this tournament. The arena's sold out. It's been very well run here, and I know they're going to have a Final Four here a few years down the road.
Well, I think that Steve Hatchell and his tournament committee and all of Kansas City, the Convention Bureau people and all of the folks that were involved have done a great job here. We're very pleased with the job they've done.
Well, Dave Hart, once again, a pleasure to say to you and all your committee members, congratulations. Another outstanding job. You've done it for us again. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred.
Dave Hart from the NCAA Tournament Committee. We're at halftime here, Villanova and Iowa, in a 24-24 tie, and we pause now for a message from the NCAA. Where we are is a 24-24 tie at halftime, and Gary Thompson, here's how we got there.
Well, neither team's shooting real well as far as they're concerned on the regular season. 42% for Iowa, Villanova 44%. I think the big thing for Iowa is that they've out-rebounded Villanova in this first half by 3, 16-13. Iowa started turning the ball over early in the game when Villanova jumped out that 13-5 lead, but the turnovers have evened up now 8 apiece.
Again, a 24-24 tie. We have a final score from Syracuse, the East Regional. North Carolina has defeated Ohio State 64-51. Fred White, Gary Thompson, look at the floor of Camp Arena, Kansas City, Missouri. This is Midwest Regional action. The halftime score again, Iowa 24, Villanova 24. Villanova had the 8-point lead early in the first half as Villanova was getting a great job done with their half-court pressure defense, Gary, and all of a sudden, Iowa began to attack that zone a little bit, and they're back in a halftime tie, and it's a positive tie for Iowa, not so positive for Villanova.
It certainly was. I think it was a great thing for Iowa to be able to get back in the ball game after they're down by 8. They have to be real happy coming off the court 24-24.
Gannon shoots from the wing and hits. Mark Gannon gets his 4th point, and Iowa has their first lead of this basketball game at the onset of the second half.
Gannon a little hesitant to shoot outside, but I think Iowa's going to need that shot. He is a good shooter.
Stokes clears the rebound. Villanova can't get it now. Pinckney trying to run it down. Clears the loose ball for Villanova.
We talked about coming out for that rebound strong and taking care of the basketball, and he got it stripped, and Villanova has it.
Presley wide open on the baseline, nails it. Harold Presley with his first 2 points of the night. And a 26-26 tie here in Kansas City with 19-14 left in this basketball game. Gary, a final score. North Carolina must have done a great job of closing a ball game. With 8 minutes left in their game, it was tight. They beat Ohio State 64-51. And the ACC, when this thing is down to 8 teams, is going to have 3 teams in it. That's Greg Stokes, and he has a dozen points.
Good ball movement that time. Good defense. Iowa had good ball movement, went inside, and then down the baseline. That's the shot you're going to have to hit against that trap. It's a tough shot.
That's Stuart Granger. Fakes to Presley. Well, Iowa really packed back in the lane right now. Villanova looked like they wanted to attack it inside. Pickney tries it from long range. It's in and out. Stokes clears the rebound. What a job he has done for Iowa here tonight.
We had 6 rebounds in the first half. And Hansen, of course, from that guard spot, he had 4 big rebounds.
Oh, good defensive play by John Payne as Michael Payne had the ball underneath. Payne got the hand on it. There's Wally Massimino. There's John Payne, coach and player. That's Stokes again, and he has 14 points in this ball game. Greg Stokes, who averages 18 points, now has 14. The 6'10 sophomore from Hamilton, Ohio, and once again, Kemper erupts with the Iowa fans on their feet.
Well, with those points, Stokes has broke the Iowa sophomore scoring record, which is held formerly by Ronnie Lester, now playing with the Bulls.
Pretty good name. Wally Massimino trying to change defenses. Iowa with a 4-point lead in the basketball. Mark Gannon on the wing. Looks inside at Payne. Gets it to him. Takes it baseline. Shots up. In and out. Rebound. Ed Pickney for Villanova. Stuart Granger clears the timeline. Wildcats in front of their bench. It's Coach Wally Massimino in the background on his feet directing the attack. Granger goes against Carfino in a circle, kicks it off. Baseline, Dwayne McClain had a shot, now puts up a floater and gets it.
Nice shot. That's a tough shot, too. Moving in like that and putting it up off with no board to shoot.
8 points, Dwayne McClain, 30-28. Iowa. Mark Gannon, in and out. Bob Hansen saves the offensive rebound, shovels it back outside. Carfino had tough shooting luck in the first half. Carfino now backs it up. Carfino was 0 for 4 in the first half, misses his first try in the second half, so he's 0 for 5 in the ballgame.
Not a real good shot. Presley coming from behind, intimidated him a little bit. Carfino just kind of put it up in desperation.
Stuart Granger in heavy traffic got a little out of shape and then was fouled. He forced the action that time.
Here's Granger coming down. Really knows how to penetrate. Takes it up underneath 2 defensive men, dishes it off, and Payne will pick up his 3rd foul for Iowa.
We mentioned that the entire Iowa front line had 2 fouls in the first half. Gannon, Stokes, and Payne now has 3 fouls with a long way to go in this game. 16:50 left in the game. Carfino goes for the steal, can't get it. Presley fires the jumper off the heel of the rim, and Carfino picks up the long rebound for Iowa. And the Hawkeyes still up by 2. Hansen down inside Stokes. Payne hammered him. Payne got it back, couldn't score. Gannon battling with Pickney for the loose ball. Payne saves it to Presley to Granger. Oh, such hustle.
Great block on SN by Payne. That's one of the things that's hurt Iowa this year was on the follow by Payne. Those short shots. He's had trouble with them all season long.
Granger again tried to force it to the lane. Carfino takes it away. They're 3-on-1 against Presley. Payne. Michael Payne with his first field goal of the night has 3 points, and Iowa up by 4.
He doesn't have trouble with that short shot.
No, not at all. 16:02 left in this basketball game. The Hawkeyes up by 4 over Villanova. And we've got a ball game going in the Midwest Regional. Presley off the baseline. Granger. Payne wheels the hook shot up, and he gets it. John Payne has 9 points. And Villanova back within 2. Stokes. Well, he tried to stuff it, and he rolled it off the rim. Payne. Look at Granger in heavy traffic, handle the ball. Carfino fouls him. And now an elbow thrown. Stuart Granger got a little bit upset, and immediately Bob Hansen wraps his arms around him, and the officials are right there.
Granger is upset because I think he thought he was going to be able to go in for 2.
Now Carfino walking by Stuart Granger, and they exchange some pleasantries.
Granger really made a good move down on this end of the court when he busted out. You look at Carfino smiling as he comes off for a little rest. But Granger, they started to jam him. He did a good job of stepping out with the dribble and avoiding the double team, and then coming down for what looked like might be a layup until Carfino fouled him.
First foul on Carfino. Team foul number 2 on Iowa in the second half. Villanova doesn't have one yet. Stuart Granger brings the ball back outside. Villanova down by 2 with 15:27 left in this basketball game. Payne in the middle, fakes, takes up wild shot, and it won't fall, and he's got it back, takes it in, and he's fouled again. Oh, look at Michael Payne is really upset. He's close to a technical. He gets it called down. Michael Payne just drew his 4th foul.
See Payne, who's very strong inside, always taking it up the basket. We'll see the action. Comes in here, tries to get away. Does not. Gannon failed to follow on the thing. Payne gets it, comes in, jumps inside, and back into Payne. And Payne, who's behind that action, which was kind of blocked out, could not see. A tough call, and you see Michael Payne there with his 4th foul and a real pained expression on his face, and he is upset. Well, lucky he didn't get a technical. That official looked him down, and they just do not like to call a technical, I know that, and they gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, he may have had a point, but lucky he didn't get the tee. John Payne has the free throw. John Payne now has 10 points. And it's a 1-point lead for Iowa. Payne could wipe it out right here. Steve Carfino immediately back in the game. Payne on the bench. Iowa loses some of their size. And John Payne ties the game with 15:17 left to play. We're knotted at 32. Hansen, Carfino in the circle. Good feed to Gannon. Mark Gannon missed the shot. Stokes has it back, fires it and hits. Greg Stokes with a big offensive rebound has 16 points in this ball game.
He is really doing a job tonight on the boards, particularly both boards, offense and defense.
And they're going to have to ask him to pick up a little more slack with Payne on the bench now. 34-32 Iowa, 14:49 left in the basketball game. Dwayne McClain to Granger for Villanova. Mulquin, Dwayne McClain, Payne, and he's fouled. Bob Hansen got him that time.
Bob Hansen shaking his head at the officials, say, "You're right, I got him, no doubt about it."
That's his first foul. So it's going to be on somebody. Let it be on me. We have the timeout taken here at Kemp Arena now with 14 minutes, 40 seconds left in this basketball game. Timeout here with a score. Iowa 34, Villanova 32. Gary Thompson back at Kemp Arena in Kansas City. Midwest regional action with 14:40 left in the game. There's your score. Iowa has the 2-point lead over Villanova. As you look at the Iowa band making noise in Kemper. We said it before, most of these fans in here tonight are Iowa fans. North Carolina defeated Ohio State 64-51 at the East Regional in Syracuse tonight. Second half field goal shooting percentages just about identical, Gary.
That's right. I think a crucial point in the ball game now for Iowa is to be able to stay in there and rebound with Payne sitting on the bench. 4 fouls, 14:40 to play.
And you know, the longer this game goes, the more it seems like Iowa's getting the feel of it. Mulquin kicks it off. Payne inside. John Payne picks up his 6th point in the second half, his 13th in the game, and they're really looking inside to him now.
Right, with that basket, Payne goes over the 2,000-point mark. He's the 4th Villanova player to do that at Villanova. Villanova
takes it away. Stuart Granger moves it up. And now brings it back out again. 34-34 tie in Kemper Arena, Kansas City, Missouri. Dwayne McClain, Stuart Granger, 14 minutes left in the basketball game. Carfino almost got the steal. Great patience, both these ball clubs attacking the other one's zone. Dwayne McClain, Moulton.
That zone for Iowa has just varied from a 1-2-2 and a 2-3 in their matchup. Both good shots.
Dwayne McClain with that funny-looking shot of his, and he is just drilling it. He now has 10 points. 36-34, Villanova. Well, they've got a foul at the other end of the floor. Mike Moulton wanting a traveling call.
Here's action that we had a little while ago. Show you basketball at Villanova. They'll go to Malquin inside. Great pass right off the jumps. He turned, and Pannone, a good job of going to the basket to receive the pass for the easy layup.
That was personal foul number 3 on Mike Malquin. Lute Olson, the Iowa coach, looking on. First team foul on Villanova. Hansen from the deep corner. Won't drop for him, and Pannone clears the rebound for Villanova.
Pannone saying hold up. He looked and down court, but hold up and get possession. You got a 2-point. Good time to make sure you get a good shot. Try and move it out to a 4-point lead.
Villanova up by 2 points here with 13-16 left in the game. Pickney fadeaway shot off the baseline. Ed Pickney with his 4th point, his first field goal of the game. 38-34, Villanova by 4. With his counterpart, Michael Payne on the bench. Pickney gives Villanova the 4-point lead. That's Andre Banks wide open, too strong. Floats. And a foul called against John Pannone. The second on Pannone. What a play by Greg Stokes for his 18th point. And look at the look on the face of John Pannone. His second foul.
Well, that's 6'10 against 6'8. You'll see Banks from the side going up. The ball gets a good bounce. It comes up high and straight. And Stokes down in there bangs it down. And you see Pannone coming from behind and making the foul.
Greg Stokes, first time on the free throw line. All 18 of his points have come from the floor. He converts. 19 points, Greg Stokes, and now Iowa within 1 after the 3-point play with 12:54 left in this basketball game.
Big possession and follow there by Stokes. It was a 4-point ball game. Now they come away with a 3-pointer and narrow it to 1. If they come away without points, Villanova a chance to take it to 6.
Stokes with 19 points and 10 rebounds in this game. Granger. Trap, Pannone, jumper, block.
Good block.
That was Stokes again. Greg Stokes blocked Pannone's shot, and now we've got a foul called against Villanova, and I think it's John Pannone. And it's his 3rd personal foul.
Well, Stokes, we talked about on top of the show, leads the club in block shots. What here? Good block by Stokes. No doubt about the call right there being a good block. Another angle, maybe as we see here. Stokes coming up with a big left hand. Pannone kind of fading away, can't get back far enough, and Stokes makes the block.
3rd foul on John Pannone, 3rd team foul on Villanova. Iowa's been whistled for 4. 12-19 left in this game. Iowa trying to go back in front now. Carfino way outside with the basketball. Villanova bouncing around in the zone. Hansen deflected by Dwayne McClain. It's out of bounds, belongs to Iowa.
Something to think about as we wind 3 on Pannone right there. You see that, which could be crucial for Villanova, is that 12:08. Villanova has gone to delay as much as 7 minutes. They're a good free throw shooting team. They're also a good delay team.
Bounce past the corner, Stokes. Carfino. Boy, those long passes dangerous against Villanova. They picked off a few of them tonight. Carfino inside Stokes. He wants a shot. He draws a crowd and a foul. Mike Malquin picks up his 4th personal foul.
Stokes had the baseline that time, I think, move. He turned into the middle where there was help. The baseline side was free.
Boy, that entire zone is collapsing now around Greg Stokes. It would help him a lot if Iowa could find some outside shooting to take some of the pressure off of it. 11:49 left in this contest. Villanova with a 1-point lead. Wally Massimino, the Villanova coach. Hansen looking. And it comes. Shot won't fall for Mark Gannon. That's Hansen right back with it. Bob Hansen has 11.
He said he's a tough rebounder for a guard, averaging over 5 rebounds a game.
And a big offensive rebound there puts Iowa back up by 1 with 11:32 left in the game. good, intense basketball game in Midwest regional action. They go to Payne in the middle. Granger has the shot. Top of the circle. Off the side of the rim. Pinckney tries it once. Can't. Goes back. Gets it. And Pinckney has 6 points and a big offensive rebound for Pinckney.
And the big guys trading off on each end, and Pinckney, a good job there. I think Granger that time almost took too much time. He was so open, he kind of guided the ball and aimed it.
Hansen throws a quick jumper. 13 points for Bob Hansen. 2 quick buckets for him, and it's Iowa 41-40 with 10:57 left in the game.
Well, Hansen, the senior, leads by example. He's a real clutch player. Likes to get the basketball when things are tough.
Stuart Granger. Heavy defensive pressure. Picks it off to Mulquin. Drops it, picks it up, and gets to Pinckney. Rolly Massimino saying, settle down, settle down. The Iowa crowd applauding the Hawkeye defense. Dwayne McClain on the wing attacking. Granger from long range, nothing but net. Stuart Granger has 9, his first bucket of the second half.
3-point range right there.
42-41 Villanova. 10:23 left in the game.
Granger's a great shooter. We mentioned he'd been inconsistent. 3 games he shot very well. 3 games of the last 6 very poor. Tonight he's got it going.
Garfino got the pass to the baseline. The shot won't fall. Mark Gannon battling, can't control it. Pannone does. And here comes Villanova up by 1 with 10:05 left in the game. Rolly Massimino calling an offense out. Stuart Granger puts the ball in motion. Clock under 10 now. 9:56 left in the game. Baseline, Pinckney. Dwayne McClain tried to get it back to Pinckney. Deflected by Mark Gannon. Hansen trying to save it. Stepped on the out-of-bounds strike. Substitutions now. Harold Presley coming into the ball game for Villanova, and Lute Olson is going to put Michael Payne back in this game. We have a timeout taken here in Kemper Arena. 9 minutes, 46 seconds left in this basketball game. Villanova up by 1 over Iowa. Your score, Villanova up by a point. Clock on top. 9:46 left in the game. Fred White, Gary Thompson back at Kemper Arena with 9:46 left in the game. Lute Olson's bringing Michael Payne back in this game. He's been sitting down for nearly 6 minutes with 4 fouls.
Well, I think it's a good move. You got a chance to play Michael Payne for 9:46. If you set him out any longer, you reduce the amount of time that he's going to play in the game, of course. And I think time-wise, this may be game time here within the next 4 minutes. As I said, Villanova likes to go delay. They've had a lot of success delay with this club. Rolly Massimino said he has never lost a game once he's went in delay with this club here for the last 4 years.
It's an amazing stat. 42-41. Villanova with a basketball and a 1-point lead. Second half shooting. Iowa 8 for 19. Villanova 8 for 14. Iowa with a 1 rebound edge. Each team's turned it over twice in the second half. A little contrast to the first half when they both had trouble with it. Dwayne McClain, Stuart Granger from long range on the rim. Off the front of the rim. That is Presley underneath. He misses the reverse, and Hansen clears the rebound for Iowa. Got hit in the head. And timeout taken here for Bob Hansen.
Hansen turned to the underneath official, but he did not give any kind of a signal as he got hit. Again, do not turn that ball loose until you know for sure that you've got the timeout.
Lute Olson, the Iowa coach. Villanova missing 2 close-in tries, and Iowa has a chance to regain the lead with 9:05 left in the game. Carfino to Payne, to Hansen. Hansen moving on Presley, takes the baseline jumper and gets it. Oh, what a move by Bob Hansen. He has 15 points and Iowa's back up.
That was over trees inside, too. Great soft touch off the glass. And I think it may be crucial right now as we wind down. Iowa to stay in the lead, not be able to fall back more than 2 or 3 points so that Villanova can get into that delay game.
I have to say the hit in the head didn't affect Hansen very much. Stuart Granger, Presley for Villanova. The Wildcats down by 1. 8:33 left in the basketball game. Granger looked down to the lane, couldn't get Payne. Presley, now Granger. There's Payne in the middle of it all. Ball knocked loose. Carfino against Granger. Oh, what a feed to Stokes.
Boy, you could see that coming. Carfino had it in his eyes all the way as he came down. 2-on-1 or 2 or 3-on-1 really could have been.
21 points for Greg Stokes, and what a pass behind the back from Carfino, and Iowa has a 3-point lead. Payne hunting 2 in the lane, fakes, takes it up, he's fouled, the basket's going to count, and the ball game could be tied when this is over.
Was that on Payne, which could be his 5th foul? Here's watch the action there. Dug away Carfino, who leads the club, and assists and steals go down. Watch him. You can see it's planned all the way. Lays it off. Nice, soft bounce pass so Stokes can come and run in under it and get the step. Here's Hansen moments ago as he goes on Presley. Drives, steps in, and splits between Payne and Presley and gets it off the board for 2.
Michael Payne, sitting down on the Iowa bench, has fouled out with 8 minutes and 31 seconds to play. 8 minutes and 1 second, let's make that. They got 1:45 out of him when he brought him off the bench with his 4th foul.
Well, you win some and lose some, and here you lose Michael Payne in just 1:45.
John Payne with a chance to tie the game. Payne 3 for 3 on the free throw line, make it 4 for 4.
You notice who they're going to right now, Villanova. It's all Payne. They're trying to get it down inside. You're going to have some tougher drops. Not let him put the ball on the floor and get into motion.
Payne has 16 points and 9 rebounds in this game. We're tied at 45, 7:49 left in the game. Down to the time where Villanova says they'll pull the ball out if they get the lead. Iowa. That makes every possession just a little more important for Iowa.
Well, it's we've seen some close ball games in NCAA play, but right now these possessions are so important. You've got to make sure that you get good shots.
Oh, Hansen picked up a loose ball in the lane. Craig Anderson's pass intended for Stokes. He couldn't handle it, and Hansen picked it up and got it. Has 17 points.
When you saw the reaction of Raleigh Massimino there, that really hurts. You get a loose ball and it ends up with 2 points.
2-point lead for Iowa, 7 minutes, 11 seconds left in the basketball game. Payne in heavy traffic, blocked by Mark Gannon. He tried to feed it down inside, and Mark Gannon took it away. Iowa has a 2-point lead in the ball.
Real smart move by Carfino that time, taking the ball back out, did not have anything on the break situation.
Carfino 0 for 6 from the floor now, picks up the deflected rebound. Steve Carfino having a tough time getting a shot down. They may need him down the stretch. 6:44 left in the game. Anderson to Gannon to Hansen. Gannon takes a baseline. Shot's not there. There they are with Stokes. Back to Gannon. Back to Stokes. Kicks it back outside to Carfino. Now Hansen. You knew Stokes wanted a shot that time, but he wasn't going to force it. Stokes again off the baseline. Carfino. Hansen's got the jumper off the lane. Good. Bob Hansen's riding a hot hand now. He has 19 points, and Iowa has a 4-point lead.
What made that play was Carfino's pass. He did not hesitate at all. As soon as the ball hit his hands, he knew he was going to the wing to Hansen.
Carfino picks up the rebound. The Hawkeyes up by 4 with a basketball. The first time they've had that situation tonight, and they get it with 5:53 left in the game. Bob Hansen 8 for 12 in this basketball game, picking up Iowa again. We said it at the start of the game. The tougher it gets, the better he gets. He's working on Dwayne McClain. Baseline fake, jumper off the back of the rim. Anderson trying to save it, can't. Granger coming up court, 1-on-2, and he's fouled. Now Granger hit the shot, but he got it off too late. Not a good foul by Mark Gannon, his 3rd. Team foul number 6 on Iowa. Villanova's committed 4.
Big possession that last time down the court for Iowa. They can push it to 6. Villanova now can put it back to 2, and of course that just puts that much more pressure.
5:31 left in this basketball game. Mike Mulquin, ball knocked loose, saved by Stuart Granger, and he forces a scoop shot and gets it. Unbelievable shot by Stuart Granger. He was forcing it and he got it.
He can weave and slide his way through the defense, and a great shot right there, and tough shot.
11 points, Stuart Granger, 2-point lead, Iowa, 5:08 left in the game.
Villanova, excuse me, Fred. Villanova's defense now a little bit more aggressive, picking up tougher.
Foul called on Ed Pickney, his second. That'll be team foul number 5 on Villanova. Iowa's committed 6. Villanova has 1 foul to spend in this game. The next one that Iowa commits puts Villanova in the 1-1. 5:05 left in the game.
So Pinkney there, a good look at him. All Big East first team as a sophomore, and that's a tough, tough league.
Well, he's a player. Bob Hansen inbounds to Gannon in a corner. Mulquin puts pressure on him. Anderson, Carfino, Hansen. Hansen can't find a shot. Good defense right there. Gannon, baseline. Anderson fakes, gets Payne off his feet. Shot doesn't fall for him. Hansen with a big offensive rebound.
For a reserve, Anderson that time did a good job. He didn't get the shot done, but he really took his time and was under a lot of poise right there.
Bob Hansen now with 5 rebounds in this ball game. Mark Gannon, there's Hansen inside, partially blocked by Pickney, and a foul called on Bob Hansen. Big defensive play by Ed Pickney for Villanova. Hansen commits his second foul, and now Villanova's in the 1-1 with 4 minutes 30 seconds left in this game.
Well, Pinkney's really doing a job on those boards. He owns the block shot record for Villanova. Had 63 coming in tonight's game. His record was 64, which he owns last year, and you can see the job that he does. He really is a quick jumper.
Ed Pickney on the free throw line has 6 points in this game, 2 for 2 on the free throw line tonight, and a 76% shooter on the year. Good free throw shooter with a chance to tie the game.
I mentioned before, they're a good free throw shooting ball club.
Ed Pickney has 9 rebounds now to go with his 7 points and a chance to tie the contest here with 4 minutes 30 seconds left. Pickney has it tied. 6 points in the second half, 8 in the ball game for Ed Pickney. We're getting down to it in Kemper Arena. Midwest regional action. Timeout taken here with 4 minutes 30 seconds left in this basketball game. There it is. Iowa 49, Villanova 49. We're back right after this. White, Gary Thompson back in Kemper Arena, 49-49 tie with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in our basketball game. Second half shooting, Villanova's hit 10 for 19, Iowa 12 for 27. Iowa getting off 8 more shots than Villanova. Villanova shooting a better percentage. Rebounds, Iowa 13, Villanova 11. For Iowa, Greg Stokes with 21 points, 11 rebounds. Bob Hansen 19 points, 7 rebounds. For Villanova, John Pannone 16 points, 9 rebounds. Stuart Granger with 11 points for the Wildcats. Iowa basketball, a chance to regain the lead. The clock starts, 4:25 left in the game. Hansen down inside Stokes. Haven't heard from him for a while. He was fouled by Ed Pickney, and that's the third on Pickney. And that's number 6 on Villanova. Next foul, they'll both be in a 1-on-1.
Pass coming to Stokes down low, and you see Pickney go across. No doubt about the foul. He just wraps him right across both arms.
4:19 left in the game. And from here on out, as we mentioned, both teams will be in the 1-on-1. 4:19. Time remaining. We're tied at 49. Iowa trying to get the lead.
I think they'll try and go down inside, even though Hansen had a roll for a while. They can get the foul or the bucket.
Oh, and that's 4 fouls on John Pannone. They took it immediately inside to Greg Stokes, and John Payne commits his 4th foul. There he is, number 45 for Villanova. He'll have to play the last 4:10 of this game a little bit cautiously. And now Iowa's in the 1-1, and that'll put Stokes on the free throw line. He's standing up there now, which may be a little early. There's your clock. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. Stokes 1 for 1 on the line. 21 points in the contest.
64% free throw shooter.
Too strong with it. Payne grabs the rebound. Villanova with a chance to grab the lead now. 4 minutes, 6 seconds left in the game.
Massimino is up off the bench hollering something. Let's see if they go into any kind of delay.
Iowa in the zone.
You know, sometimes right now, Fred, with Iowa playing the zone, you can run the clock. Well, they're not going into a delay with Granger shooting that shot.
Big tip for Mike Mulquin. Granger went at it from long range and missed, and Mike Mulquin with a big offensive rebound. His 4th point. Villanova up by 2, 3:37 to play. Now each strip gets magnified. Especially for Iowa, they're down by 2. Garfino 0 for 6 on the floor. They haven't been able to get him untracked offensively. It's been mostly Hansen and Stokes. They could use some help down the stretch of the ball game. Gannon, Anderson, Gannon wide open, didn't take the shot. Garfino's going to try it. He got it. After 0 for 6, Steve Garfino takes the lid off the basket and gets the game tied at 51.
Granger got himself caught in no man's land right there. He really wasn't helping on the post man, and he wasn't covering Garfino. You got to do one. You either dig back there tough, shut the pass off to Stokes inside, or else cover up on your man as Villanova takes the timeout.
Wally Massimino of Villanova calls this timeout with 2 minutes 56 left. Villanova with the basketball game, and there's your score, a 51-51 tie. And we will see what strategy Wally Massimino is going to set for his Villanova Wildcats when they come back from their sideline talk here. Steve Garfino got the game tied, and you got to admire him a little bit, Gary, when you're 0 for 6 shooting in the stretch of the ball game. It's a little bit tough as you look at Lute Olson talking to his Iowa club, but Garfino just caught the ball, went straight up with it, and gunned it down.
He had it with good rhythm, but he is a good shooter from the outside. As you said, he's had tough luck tonight, but you can't quit, and those type of kids will come to the forefront when you need them the most.
Gary, there's an old expression I love about basketball: shoot when you're hot, and if you're not hot, shoot till you get hot.
Well, they've been looking for the people that are hot right now with Hansen and going back to Stokes.
Timeouts remaining. Both clubs have 4. The Villanova cheerleaders on the floor of Kemper Arena in Kansas City. Midwest regional action in the second game here tonight. The #1 seed in the country. Houston will take on Memphis State, a dangerous club. This has been quite a ball game. Villanova had an early 8-point lead in this game, but Iowa came back to tie him at halftime. As you can see here, with 2:56 to play, nothing's been settled. Now, what's Wally Massimino going to do?
Well, I was looking on the bench to see if Gary McLean was going to come in the lineup. He's an 81+% free throw shooter. That'd be an indication that they're probably going to go delay, I would think, because with McLean in there at 81%, Granger 77, Panone's an 83%, and a great ball handler for a big guy. He can come out and help on a delay situation.
Yeah, it's interesting. Now, Gary McLean is not on the bench, but he's not on the floor either. He's kind of kneeling halfway between the bench and the scorer's table, as if at a certain moment he's going to report to the lineup. Now, Andre Banks will enter the game for Iowa. Gary McLean now kneeling up near the scorer's table, but hasn't reported. Andre Banks replaces Craig Anderson, and Lute Olson may be thinking, I'm going to have to do some chasing here.
I was going to say, that's a good move right there, because you may not get a chance later, depending on what they go into to make that substitution.
If you look right next to the scores table on the right side of your screen, you'll see Gary McLean kneeling there, ready to come in at some predetermined situation. Pinckney, and a certainly walk to the basketball. And Pinckney traveled. That could be a big turnover. 2:42 left in the game. The Hawkeyes of Iowa get it back, still tied at 51.
It looked like Iowa went man for man on that possession. We'll take a look the next time down.
Now Iowa has it. Steve Garfino holding up 2 fingers to set the Hawkeye offense. 2 minutes, 34 seconds left in this game, and what a game it is. We're tied at 51. Hansen hitting the deck at the baseline. Banks with the basketball. Here they go. Greg Stokes inside. Shot's not there. Garfino to Banks. Hansen against Dwayne McLean. Garfino in the corner against Granger. Pinckney has Stokes. Panone has 4 fouls. He's guarding Mark Gannon.
Iowa running their passing game now, trying to break somebody loose underneath the basket.
2 minutes, 6 seconds left in the ball game. 51-51 tie. Iowa with the basketball. Hansen down inside is fouled by Dwayne McLean. The third on McLean. 2 minutes and 1 second left, and Bob Hansen will go to the free throw line, a 76% shooter who's 3 for 3 on the line tonight and has 19 points in this game.
Tell you, key right there was the pass by Gannon. McLean kind of had Hansen led a little bit, and he put that ball behind where McLean could not get to the basketball.
Bob Hansen, a 6'6" senior from Des Moines Dowling High School.
Well, if he's hit 3 for 3, he's 18 of the last 19.
This is a big free throw. He had hit 35 out of 38 free throws in NCAA play. Missed that one, and now Villanova has the ball, tied 51 all. There's the clock, 1:50 left in this game.
And you see the spread now, 3 out, 2 in. They've got the court spread. And keep in mind what I said about Payne is an excellent ball handler for a big guy.
And he's outside handling it right there. Now Granger has it. 1:37 left in the game. John Payne handles against Mark Gannon. Carpino knocks it loose. Scramble for the basketball. The possession belongs to Villanova. Villanova will retain the ball off the possession rule. Almost a turnover. Iowa got the hand on it. They couldn't dig it out, and Payne is still on the floor.
Payne a little careless right there, even though we talked about him, a good ball handler, putting the ball down into traffic.
Yes. Fred White, Gary Thompson back in Kansas City's Kemper Arena. 51-51 tie with 1:30 left in the game. Now, John Payne was on the floor. I thought the Villanova trainer came out there, but apparently not, because he's still in the ball game. Well, there was timeout taken, so they're okay with that way. Maybe Villanova was charged with a timeout.
It's going to take a lot to get the bear out of the ball game right now when it's game time.
Villanova has the basketball with 1:28 to play.
A little thing again, but Granger did a smart thing. Hansen was covering on Mulquin. Granger just sprinted down the sideline to get the pass back so he could handle the ball. A good ball handler.
Payne against Gannon. Granger with 1:14 left in the game. Again, we're tied at 51. Now Gary McLean is in the ball game for Villanova. He goes against Andre Banks.
Just an excellent ball handler, Gary McLean. Has very few turnovers on the season for minutes played.
Payne takes it to the circle, back out to Granger. 58 seconds left in the game. 51-51 tie. Villanova with the basketball.
Thing I think defensively you have to watch here is with the back guy away from the ball always protects. Does not give that back cut away. If you're going to give up something, give the pass to your man.
40 seconds left in the basketball game. Granger to Gary McLean. Villanova looking like they'll be content with the last shot.
Remember that statistic that Raleigh Massimino said in the last 4 years once they went to the delay game. This is later this time, but they've never lost one.
Gary McLean and Carfino collide for the second time, and Carfino whistled for the foul. The second foul on Carfino. Gary McLean will go to the free throw line, and he is an outstanding free throw shooter, 81%. Lute Olson, the Iowa coach, 23 seconds left in this game, as Gary McLean will go to the line. He's taking a long way to get there.
Well, and I will take some time right now until he gets up there before they maybe call a timeout here and try and freeze McLean on the line.
Now Harold Presley wanting to return to the Villanova lineup, but he's going to replace the shooter Gary McLean, so he has to wait here to see if McLean makes it. 23 seconds left in the game, tied at 51. Gary McLean, who has not scored tonight, an 81% shooter on the line. Missed his only field goal attempt in the game. Got it. And it's a 1-point lead to Villanova, and Gary McLean can make it 2 here. At first, Iowa's going to call a timeout to make him think about it. Lute Olson calls this timeout with 23 seconds left in the game. Villanova now up by 1. And Gary, if he makes it, it's a 2-point lead. But with 23 seconds, Iowa has time, when they're coming off the free throw, to come up and set it up.
Well, I think that's what Lute Olson's thinking at the first timeout. You maybe save a timeout for later you need it. If he makes it, fine. Now you'll try and freeze him on the second. So if he does miss that one, now you can win the basketball game by coming down possession and getting the basket down. But a great clutch free throw by Gary McLean, who hasn't seen much action in tonight's ball game, to step up there and hit nothing but net.
2 big things that happened late in the game as you look at Lute Olson talking to Iowa. Down in the last 2 minutes of the game, and with a tie, Ed Pickney had traveled for Villanova, but then Bob Hansen missed the front end of a 1-and-1 for Iowa. And now there are the timeouts remaining. Each of them have 3 with 23 seconds to play. Villanova with a 1-point lead, and Gary McLean will go back to the line.
Well, early in the ball game, you can make or miss free throws, and you don't remember them. But now is the time, either missing them or making them. You certainly remember them, and that was a big one by McLean. Iowa now has to set up and look at a couple things as they set their defense right now on getting the ball back, offensively too. They come down, they make a free throw and pick it to 2. If they can score, naturally probably try and get a timeout, and then maybe be offensive-minded and try and get a last-second shot. Or if they miss down on this end, depending on what happens on the free throw, either way, is to get a quick foul.
Harold Presley will replace Gary McLean if he makes this one. 23 seconds left in the basketball game. Villanova with a 1-point lead, and Gary McLean, after the timeout, will go for the second free throw. He made the first one to put him in front, and now Lute Olson will call another timeout and make Gary McLean wait some more. We have the timeout taken now. 23 seconds left in this basketball game in Kemper. It's Villanova 52, Iowa 51. Gary McLean will be on the line when we come back. Again, 23 seconds left in this game. There's the score. Villanova up by 1. Fred White and Gary Thompson, Camp Arena in Kansas City. And Gary, strategy being set here. You know what happens if it doesn't work. You go home now.
Well, that's right. Of course, Iowa still has 2 timeouts left, so Lute Olson is protecting himself there for what has to happen on this other end, depending, as I mentioned before, whether you miss or make the shot if McLean hits his free throw. So he's got himself protected at the same time getting to try and freeze McLean, who's walking around out there kind of nonchalant, and John Pannone visiting with him and trying to relax him.
Villanova has 3 timeouts left, Iowa 2. If there's a jump ball, the possession now belongs to Iowa. Gary McLean on the free throw line. Been a couple of minutes now since he made the first free throw. And now he'll go for the bonus. And a chance to put Villanova up by 2 with the 23 seconds left in the game. McLean has it up. Good. 2-point lead, Villanova, 23 seconds left.
She rolled around, but she's as good as that.
Now a substitution. Harold Presley comes in the game, replacing Gary McLean for Villanova. McLean, a 6-footer, sits down, and Harold Presley at 6'7" is in.
Real good move again by Coach Massimino. He gets the big guy in, not only for defense, but also for the boards.
Stokes for the tie. He's fouled. The basket did not fall, but Ed Pickney fouled him, and Stokes will go to the free throw line with 14 seconds left and a chance to tie the ball game. Greg Stokes is 1 for 2 at the free throw line in this game tonight. Has 21 points in the contest. And it doesn't have to be said that Iowa desperately needs him here. Stokes, a 64% free throw shooter, has done it all for Iowa here tonight. And now being asked to do some more.
No good.
The best he can do is get the Hawkeyes within 1.
Lute Olsen from the sideline, you can see him hollering out, giving the defense what he wants to do on this particular play.
Iowa not shooting free throws well at all in the second half.
Massimino, the strategy, going back and forth there. Now he gets his offensive man and free throw back in, shooter McLean, as he knows that he's going to walk away with at least a 1-point lead unless something happens on a missed shot and a kickback.
Stokes got the second one. It's a 1-point lead for Villanova. 14 seconds to play. Gary McLean, pressure on by Iowa, and it comes to Payne. 13 seconds left. Carfino fouls Payne. An outstanding free throw shooter. 12 seconds left on the clock now. Villanova up by 1, and John Payne, an 85% shooter, will go to the line.
Well, but it's a gamble, I think, with 12 seconds you have to take. You cannot let that clock run where you put yourself down to where you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance to get back in the game. So even though it happens to be Payne, who's a great free throw shooter, it's something that you have to do.
Now again, Presley replaces Gary McLean. John Payne with 16 points, 9 rebounds in this game, and he's perfect 4 for 4 on the free throw line tonight. 12 seconds left. If he gets them both, Iowa's hurting. There's one 2-point lead for Villanova with 12 seconds to play, and this one could really hurt the Hawkeyes.
Did you see Payne come off of that shot? It was like he thought he had missed it to the side, and he was leaning.
Now Iowa's Lute Olson calls another timeout with 12 seconds left, and again, a 2-full timeout. Number 1, set his strategy no matter what happens. So with 12 seconds left, again, a 2-full strategy. Number 1, try to ice John Payne a little bit. Number 2, what do we do in the event he makes or misses? And again, if he makes, Iowa's hurting. It's a 2-point lead for Villanova with 12 seconds to play, and Payne with the other free throw coming.
Well, he's got the one timeout. As you look at Lute Olsen there, National Coach of the Year in 1980 when they went to the Final Four. But I'm sure that he will not take the other timeout now as he did before on freezing. He's got to protect in case the shot is made. He'd come down, get a quick basket, and he call a timeout and save the time on the clock again. So I'm sure that he's not going to use that last timeout here to try and freeze Payne.
Well, and again, with 12 seconds left, if Payne makes it, then Iowa really doesn't have very many options. They got to get a quick bucket and a steal or a foul.
And I think the thing to do there with 12 seconds is whoever's got it as a ball handler, make a penetration, go right to the basket and try and make something happen. Normally you're telling your kids in the Villanova situation, back off, make sure you do not foul regardless what happens.
There you see the situation. 12 seconds left. Villanova with a 2-point lead, and John Payne on the line. He is now a perfect 5 for 5. He has made the first of these two, and after the timeout, here comes the big one. It's a 3-point lead for Villanova with 12 seconds to play. Payne got them both. Carfino pushes it up in a hurry. 10 seconds left. Hansen trying to move on. Presley puts up the jumper. Got it. 6 seconds left in the game. Bob Hansen gets it down, and they stop the clock with 5 seconds left in the game. 21 points for Bob Hansen. Iowa within 1 with 5 seconds to go. And Gary, there are a couple of things they can do now. A, prevent the inbounds pass and force the turnover. B, get a steal. If you can't do that, you got to foul them and hope.
That's right, and Villanova now has 3 timeouts. So that's in their favor right now, taking it out. That's one thing they have to be thinking about here. If you can't get the ball in against Iowa's pressure, get the timeout and save it.
But you have to get the timeout before the count reaches 4.
4, that's correct. There's a lot of things, a lot of wheels turning right now.
And Gary, you know, a lot of people somewhere are probably saying, and there's Iowa has shot their last time out. Gary mentioned Villanova has 3. Now somewhere somebody's saying all they've got to do is get it in bounds. Not the easiest thing in the world to do under these circumstances.
You're trying to protect and make a good pass and make it a cinch play to get in. So there's pressure all the way. But Iowa has a chance right now. You have to look at, if you can't get the pressure and get the 4-second count, is that you have to go for gamble again and get the foul.
It has been quite a basketball game here at the Midwest Regional. We are down to the final 5 seconds of this contest. Villanova has the ball in a 1-point lead, and Gary McLean will handle the inbounds pass.
Two trends of thought here, too, is take a man off the ball and double up on your better free thrower, or put a man on him like Stokes, the big guy, which they're doing, to make it tough for him to get it in.
McLean having problems, but finds Granger, and they foul him immediately. Greg Stokes fouls Stuart Granger with 3 seconds left in the game.
You had to make the foul, but Stokes right there, instead of grabbing, needed to make a slashing move where he can make it a one-shot foul, a 1-and-1, rather than the automatic 2, which in this case, they're giving him the 2 shots because he just reached in and grabbed a hold.
So with 3 seconds left in the game, Villanova up by 1. Stuart Granger at the line, a 78% free thrower. He's 1 for 2 at the line tonight. And again, Harold Presley replaces Gary McLean for Villanova. 3 seconds left in the game. If he misses, Iowa has to go to the length of the court. If he misses, Iowa has a chance to win it. If he gets 1, they have a chance to tie it. If he gets them both, trouble for the Hawkeyes. He missed the first one. Best he could do is make it a 2-point lead with 3 seconds to play. Iowa's out of timeouts. They're going to have to ad-lib.
This is where the timeouts are so important. You can have a chance if he makes it.
Granger misses it, and Payne saves the rebound. Villanova's going to win it. That's the ball game. Big rebound by Ed Payne. Granger missed 2, and Ed Payne was there to save the rebound for the Villanova Wildcats, and they defeat Iowa 55-54 in a tight, tense basketball game here at the Midwest Regional in Kansas City. Final score again, Villanova 55, Iowa 54.